I'm going to show you how to encrypt sensitive information on your computer using TrueCrypt. Sensitive information could be your personal documents like your resume or your schoolwork. Could be family photos or videos. Or if you're a teacher, it could be your students' grades or your coursework, etc. So anything that you want to keep private and locked away, you can use TrueCrypt to keep it safe on your computer. Okay, how you do this is once TrueCrypt is installed, just double click on TrueCrypt, and you want to create a volume. And the option we want this time is create an encrypted file container. So a file container is like a folder on your computer, and this folder it opens and closes using TrueCrypt. So when you open it using TrueCrypt, anything you put inside will be encrypted once you close the file container. And the words they use in TrueCrypt to open and close are mount for open and dismount to close. So you have to remember, once you dismount the file container, it's totally encrypted, and the only way to get in is type in the correct password. That's it. Okay, so from this point right here, just click Next. We want to do a standard TrueCrypt volume, and choose Select File. Select File is where you're basically choosing where you're going to put your encrypted data and what you're going to name it. Okay, you can put it anywhere on your computer. You can use a very nondescript name if you want to hide it, or in my case, in this example, I'm just going to put it on the desktop and call it private information. Okay, click Save. And from this point, you want to click Next. And for the encryption algorithms, the default one is fine, it's good. That's what people recommend. Okay, click Next. And you want to choose how big of a volume you want. So in this example, I'm going to make it 25 megabytes. Next. And you want to type a password that is longer than 20 characters. Okay, if you put a short password that's easy to remember, it's obviously easier for someone to guess the password. Well, even then it's going to be difficult, but obviously the longer the better, and ideally it's a combination of numbers, letters, and special characters like it says here. So for example, if you want to use a very short password, it will let you, but it will give you a warning. Okay? Short passwords are easy to crack using brute force techniques, and they recommend using a password longer than 20 characters. Okay, no, and I'm going to choose a password that's longer using numbers and letters, uppercase, lowercase letters. Okay, next. And you just move your mouse around here for a few seconds, and then click Format. Okay, click OK, and finished. Okay, so here's the file container. Okay, there's nothing inside yet. We have to prepare it. So if you look and I click My Computer, I just have the C drive and the D drive right now. So next is how do I want to get to this information? Obviously, I'd like to come up with a disk drive right here, so I can choose what letter I want it to be. So for example, maybe the K drive. Okay, so select which drive you'd like it to come up as. Select File, and go to where you saved your file container. For me, it was the desktop. Click Open. Okay, as you can see, this is where it is. And if I double click, it will ask me for the password for the file container. Okay. And this is where it is. So if I double click on it now, it opens as the K drive. There's nothing inside. Or on my computer, you can see it's now the K drive. Okay, nothing inside. So say for example I want to encrypt some sensitive documents. Use this as an example. Okay, I've put some sensitive documents inside. Click close. And one of the mistakes people make is they exit TrueCrypt and close or exit. And that just chooses the TrueCrypt software. But as you can see, it's still accessible through my computer. Okay. So what you need to do is to close the container, or they use the word dismount to close the encryption. Okay, but before you do that, what I like to do is go favorites, add mounted volume to favorites. And this way, here's the example I did before. Okay, this is our example right here. You can label it whatever you want. Okay, and you should choose mount selected volume upon login. That's probably the easiest way. Okay, click OK. And as you can see, this is what I typed in before. It helps if you have multiple volumes on your computer. Okay, if I double click, it's still there. What I need to do now is dismount. So once I dismount it with it selected, you can see that it's gone. Okay, it's like I closed the door. Okay, so all the information is in this folder, it's encrypted. And the only way to get access to it is to open it up again by typing in the correct password. So for example, I can go here and I do select file, and I go back to the information, I open it, double click, okay, now I can access the information again. Okay, so everything's all safe. Basically, what you usually do is you type in the password once, and then when you shut down your computer, you basically dismount the volume like this. So it's gone, and you can't see it. Okay, the reason why I said mount it on login is usually when you start up your computer, it will prompt you for a password for your encrypted data, and you just type in your data and away, type in your password and away you go. For example. Okay, so this is a way to open up the container if you want. So just type in your password. Okay, typed in your password. Click OK. Oops. Click OK. And as you can see, it's right here. Ready to access. You do your work for the day, and then when you're finished, you just click dismount or dismount all. Okay, now it's closed. Okay, that's how to encrypt sensitive information on your computer using TrueCrypt.